Hey there guys, how's it going? My name is Sumit Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy, which means that I help you feel better and perform better. Today, I want to talk to you guys about handling situations and how handling situations can give you more or less of that situation. It's how you show and portray to the universe how you're handling a certain problem, that they either give you more of it or less of it, or they give you something better or worse, okay? So, I'm sure you've noticed a lot of the times in life that when you do something or when you handle a certain problem, like let's say that a person who's meaningful to you, like a friend, you lose a friend, let's say. They're gone from your life. Now, their imprint is still there with you. You're connected to them in some way, right? And sure, you lose this friend, and how do you handle that loss determines if you get a new friend or you get stuck with no friend, okay? So this is what I mean, right? Like, let's say somebody just complains about the fact that, you didn't do this or you didn't do this on time, blah, blah, blah. Now, it's how you handle that complaint that you either get more complaining in your life or you get the opposite of complaining, which is praise, which is compliments, which is gratitude, okay? So, how do we handle problems, right? In the word itself, it's like a handle, right? Like a door handle or something where you've got to actually put your intention and attention to. Attention goes where energy flows. We know this consciously, but unconsciously, there's a lot of things in our mind that we're giving attention to that we're not even aware of, okay? So awareness is a very, very important skill set in being able to tackle and formulate different solutions to problems, okay? In a very moment of when you face something uncomfortable, there might be an initial shock factor, right? You feel a bit of a or a that feeling where you feel empty, where you feel like someone knocked you off your high horse in a sense. However, as you keep determining that, okay, this is what I want, I know the end result, I know the goal, I know exactly what I have to do, and keep holding that image in your mind. I was watching the original Karate Kid the other day. I don't think I've ever watched it in like 12 or so many years, when I watched it this time, I saw it with a different pair of eyes, because I'd watched all of Cobra Kai, again, a great show. However, when I watched the original Mr. Miyagi, right, coming up in his philosophy, his ideas, it really started to make more sense to me in terms of visualization. So when he was telling Daniel-san to cut the bonsai tree, right, you guys can go back to the scene and actually watch this scene. He tells him, like, Daniel is just saying, like, I don't know how to do this, right? This is a new situation to me. I don't really cut bonsai trees ever, right? So he's going into the experience with less experience, less knowledge. However, he told him something. He told him to close his eyes. And now imagine a tree, just the way that you'd like to imagine it. Of course, I'm paraphrasing here. But it's imagine only the tree and nothing else. Holds the picture of what you want, of what you desire, and nothing else. Okay? Absolutely nothing else. So, if you want a better body, hold the image of you in your mind with a better body. That's it. Okay? There's no other objects there. There are no, like, curtains. There's no, like, a tree behind you. Okay? It's just you, your better body. Or if you, let's say you want wealth. Okay? You imagine that check for that much amount in your mind, and you hold that picture very clearly and crisp. You give it clarity, you give it power, you give it attention. Attention goes where energy flows, so you keep holding the image over and over again. And this is what powerful creators and manifestors do. They generate the image of what they want in their mind, and they hold it there for as long as they can. And when they can hold it there, that's when the major shifts start to happen. Because a lot of the times we'll be creating something, but then we'll forget about it, right? Life will happen to us instead of for us. And it will knock us off track, and we'll just be back in an old pattern or some kind of a different situation. And so we forget about what our pure intention was during the launch phase of our idea or our creation, or maybe even a creation of our character or our archetype of who we want to portray ourselves to be. So these different nuances and elements that you're learning from different videos like this, or different mentors, you want to take those little elements and almost you're making the jigsaw puzzle stronger. You are adding little pieces to you, your character. What do you do each day? What are the activities that you do each day? Because the three things you've got to be doing is 1, something physical, 2, something mental, and 3, building your character. If you're not doing any of these 3 things, you're falling short, behind a lot of people who are taking the time to chip away at their character, chip away at their ideal body, chip away an optimal mindset. Okay? So at least doing one of these 3 things every single day. Every single day you're waking up with energy, you're taking cold showers, you're doing what you need to do to get into that mode or that zone. Because we got to build the momentum. We think the momentum is normally there. It's not normally there, okay? We've actually got to generate it. We've got to become the connoisseurs of the present moment. And when we can do that, then we can start to truly optimize the best version of ourselves, because the best version of ourselves is already there in the quantum world, right? It already exists. All we have to do is remind ourselves and hold that image, like Mr. Miyagi was telling Daniel, to hold the image of the bonsai tree as he was chipping away at it and cutting the leaves. Similarly, whatever your aspiration or ambition is, to hold that image in your mind as you take action on it. If you just hold the image in the mind, like let's say Daniel's is just he's just imagining a bonsai tree, but he's not chipping away at the bonsai tree afterwards. Right? Then it's a wasted imagination. It's just, okay, that's just like wishful thinking or like daydreaming about something, right? But if you can actually take action on that thing and visualize before take action, right? That's the process that we must follow to handle our problems, to handle our issues. Because if you start walking on the treadmill, right, and you imagine the body that you're going to get afterwards, like after doing it like maybe 100 times, you're going to feel good. But if you're just running and you're purposeless in your run or your walk, you're just doing it because other people are doing it, or you feel like you want to get accepted by society, or you're doing it for some kind of lower motivation reason, right? To revenge or something. Like, you can start there, of course, you got to start somewhere, right? So if you're doing it for initially to prove yourself to others, that's awesome. Right? Get that momentum and gear yourself up to do that. Like, let the hate or the anger or the frustration give you fuel for you to actually take that initial action. But if you stay there, again, attention goes where energy flows, so you're creating from that space of revenge. And guess what? Other people are going to be vengeful towards you because you're coming from that energy or that vibration. You see what I'm saying, guys, right? So if you're proving yourself constantly, then other people are going to try to prove themselves to you. And it's not going to be a very, free-flowing relationship with others, right? It's going to be this kind of clunky, like, a lot of times, there is an unwillingness to lean into what needs to be leaned into. There's an unwillingness to lean into the resistance or what needs to actually be done. So if you can be the person who leans in, even when they feel that discomfort, not being state dependent, right? A lot of people are state dependent. They're like, oh, I haven't non-flow yet, so, I'm not going to do it. Well, that's not what it's about. It's about you feeling the discomfort and actually overriding the system to maintain momentum and then getting into flow. So generating the circumstances and the right ideal scenario where you have some agency over the craft. And that's what's going to get you into the flow state. I hope you're having an incredible day. Have the best day ever. May the flow be with you and stay legendary. I'll see you guys next time.